Welcome to a quick showcase of whaling in ARMA 3. So this is a quick little scenario I put together after watching the movie Heart of the Sea. And we're in an Arctic terrain testing out whaling. In this case I have a whale shark here that I'm going to try to hunt using this loop. Let me go ahead and get a little fishing music here. Let me set this guy up and let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this scenario is kind of based loosely on the narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym. It's a novel written by Edgar Allan Poe. Basically, it's a young man who goes on a whaling boat to the South Atlantic. And in this case, we're going to see if we can get this whale shark here. Alright, we're about close enough. I'm going to get into one of my whaling boats. Use the ACE interaction menu and cut the sails. Alright, let's see if I can close the distance. Alright, so to harpoon this, you'll need a grappling hook, kind of like this one right here. And when you get close to the whale shark, make sure you jump and throw the harpoon, or grappling hook in this case. And did I miss? I did miss. Alright. The whale itself is nothing more than a composition. It's a whale shark from the THA mod that's been attached to a yawl. So it's essentially a boat with a animal attached to it. The reason I did this is it allows you to use the grappling hook to attach a rope to the whale shark, and tow it back to the boat. So just like they did whaling in the 18th and 19th century, where they would harpoon a whale and then tow it back to the boat. Pretty much the same mechanic here, except this time you're using grappling hook and using that to attach to the composition here. So let me see if I can get close to this whale shark. He seemed to have stopped moving here. Makes my job a little bit easier. All right. So once you get close, wood to black leather, as I'd say in the whaling industry. Make sure that when you throw your harpoon, jump as you throw. Oops, that was a spear. Jump as you throw, because if you don't jump, that rope can end up colliding with your character. Alright. Let me see if I can kill the shark so it doesn't try to swim away. So I'll pump a couple spears in him. See if that will keep that whale shark from trying to get away from here. You can see that since the whale is now somewhat stationary, the animation of it moving around stopped. There's a trigger that if the whale's going over a certain speed, in this case a couple miles per hour or kilometers per hour, the animation will kick in. And if it stops, there, just for good measure, the animation will stop to sort of mimic the whale being dead and all. Downside to that is when you tow the whale, because the speed will go above that threshold, the animation will kick back in. So let's see if I can tow this back to my boat. And great, looks like my boat's heading directly for a iceberg. Obviously, this would probably work a little bit better in a multiplayer environment. But let's see if I can tow this whale shark back. So you can see the animation's starting to cause the whale shark to swim. That's because the speed of the whale shark composition's going above 2 kilometers per hour. I'll see if I can fiddle around with the triggers and coding to see if I can make it so when the fish is dead, so to speak, it will stop the animation. That way you don't have to worry about towing a shark that's kind of swimming. But I'll have to look at that and see if I can fix that in a future release. Alright, now I'm towing my whale shark back to my whaling boat. As you can see, the whaling ship has little funnel with a fire going to mimic the whaling vessels of the day. So if you ever seen the movie Master and Commander, Captain Aubrey uses a subterfuge of creating a fire on his boat to mimic a whaling vessel in order to dupe the French frigate to close the distance so he can board and take the ship as a prize. So here, the composition for the soup is essentially just a fireplace, some pots, and a fire that makes it look kind of like a whaling vessel. Alrighty, getting close to my boat, and yep, looks like I careened it right into an iceberg. That's a little unfortunate. I should have kept the rudder straight. Oh, one of the challenging aspects of this particular scenario, because I did do it in sort of an Arctic environment, is in addition to trying to get close to a whale shark, you also have to navigate around all these icebergs. It kind of adds to the challenge of the mission. And I threw a couple other Easter eggs in this scenario as well. So if you've ever watched the AMC series The Terror, there's a twin book in one of the islands around here, or a killer, I guess it's called polar bear type Sasquatch thingy. Anyways, let me see if I can get back onto my boat. I'll use a little trigger to attach it, and yeah, may have been a little premature in attaching it. Yank the rope a little bit close. And now they have the whale shark here that's connected to the stern of my sloop. I'm going to shorten the rope, and I'll show you how you can harvest the blubber, so to speak. So as I mentioned before, this whale is a composition. So it's essentially a whale shark that's been attached to a yaw, and it also has a sort of invisible chair, I guess you can call it, attached to it. The reason I did this is it allows you to have sort of an invisible inventory on board the whale. So now that we have my whale shark here nicely tied up to my boat, I'm going to get on board that invisible chair. You can see it right here with the ace interaction. Shoot, it just clipped right through the shark. Actually, now you can sort of see the composition. It's essentially a yawl, and surrounding the yawl is the whale shark that's attached to it. So closest I can get to getting a whale shark that allows you to harpoon it and gives you at least some of the mechanics. Alright, let me see if I can get into the invisible chair now that I'm there. So the blubber itself is going to be the food, raw guts, and some of my scenarios you can actually sell the raw guts and generate some currency that way. But now that I harvest it, I can go back to my boat, and I can put it into one of my casks. Begin with the yaw here. I put a vehicle and vehicle cargo system, so now if I want to, I can put it in a cask. You can see there's already some provisions inside that cask. I have a chest here as well that again, I can access some of the inventory. And you can also carry items, so if you want to, you can unload and use it as sort of like a cargo mechanism. And where's my troubadour? Alright, let's do another song. Yeah, and that's just a very simple scenario for whaling in ARMA 3. And hopefully I can get this a little more refined and released sometime soon. There's a lot of scenarios I've been sitting on that I haven't gotten around to releasing. One's based on Black Sails series, also from AMC. But yeah, hopefully now I have some free time. I'll see if I can finish up these mods and get them released on Steam. Anyways, if you have any questions, just leave a comment.